My name is Grace Pan, and this year I'm teaching a class on unconventional leadership. So the aim of this class is to give students exposure to what leadership is and to how it can be useful in solving issues and coming up with innovative solutions in group dynamics. And I really hope that the end objective is that these kids will have a better understanding of their own leadership style and how the tricks that they learn in this session can help them in their own lives. So what is unconventional leadership? Unconventional means creative, out of the box, a little bit kooky, easy to remember. And leadership has so many different definitions. But one of them that I really like, it's the art of influencing a group of people and motivating them towards a certain goal on their own will. So the reason why I think unconventional leadership is really important is that everyone is a leader. Obama is a leader, Beyonce is a leader, your teachers are leaders, and they don't have to be very outstanding people in the news or people that you think are celebrities. Really, they can be people in your everyday lives. And really, this class is all about how you can be a leader as well. So some of the things that I'm going to talk about. One, how important stories are in everyday lives, whether a kid is eating lunch with his or her friends at school, or in the future, whether he or she is applying for jobs or applying for college. You're always going to be telling stories about yourself. And so I give an activity to the kids that in 60 seconds they have to share a story about themselves, anything that shows their personality really, but a story with a beginning, middle, and end that conveys their personality, and they share that with each other. And I think that's a really good opener, a good way to get them to start talking and thinking about their own leadership style and the values that are really important to them as leaders. Next, we talk about what distinguishes a good and bad story. And something that's really important that I think is incorporated into leadership is something called the stickiness factor. This is in Malcolm Gladwell's The Tipping Point. And what he talks about in this book is that things that are sticky are memorable, and those things are what make good leaders good leaders. They're able to transmit their message to their followers in a way that the followers can understand and that they can carry on with them for the rest of their lives, or at least for a long period of time. Next, I talk about something called the curse of knowledge, and that sounds very spooky, but really all it is the idea that, well, let's take an example. So for instance, a CEO of a company, she has a very clear idea of what she wants the mission of her company to be and the progress she wants for the next 5 years, but she might not be able to transmit that message in a way that her workers or her employees can understand. So the employees might be going on about their day-to-day tasks, and they might seem frustrated by the fact that there's no returns in their work. And a lot of times that disparity between the leader and the follower comes with the curse of knowledge. So what that is when the leader, she thinks it's very clear to her what she's trying to say, but the follower isn't clear because the leader is gifted with this information that is very apparent to her, but then not to the followers. So that's the curse of knowledge, the second piece of information I teach. And then finally, we talk about something called SUCCESS, which is an acronym made by the Heath brothers. And what they talk about is success stands for a simple, unexpected, concrete, credible, emotional story. And with an extra S added on there for people to remember it, success. And this is how I can make my idea sticky, how I can make my idea so that my followers understand it and so that they can remember it. So I go through each of these factors a little bit more carefully using examples, distinction, stories to help make the kids understand what they are. And ultimately the whole idea is just to get the kids to really think about, empower them really to become leaders even in the age that they are, and to think about what in their own lives they can do to make a difference in the world. So that's my class, Unconventional Leadership. I think it's great. Thanks so much for listening.